Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. Hope you all are doing wonderful and feeling great. Keep in mind that tarot is just simply a tool, okay? Picking up on energy of someone who is very unique, very different. I'm picking up on a rebel energy. You know, you're someone who is considered to be an rebel, someone who very unique. You're very proud about your individuality. Okay. You don't mind standing out above the rest. You don't mind being uniquely different. You don't mind being the enigma. This could be something that I'm seeing someone maybe when you were younger, when you were a child or a teenager, as you were developing into your adulthood, maybe friends or family found it to be quite unique and funny as well. You're the person maybe would ask all the embarrassing questions or questions that people would be too ashamed or shy to ask or mention, whether this is in a family setting, whether this was in school, in class. You were considered to be the brave heart of the group. So you have a rebel energy, very unique, very different. And people, they often maybe possibly may have laughed and made fun of the unique qualities that you have. This could be in your clothing, the way you carry yourself. Maybe you like to look different. Maybe you like to style your clothes where, you're not duplicating what's trendy. I'm picking up on someone who purposely and intentionally loves to be different, loves to be unique. Okay. So you could have been aware that people were maybe making fun of you or mocking you, but you were a brave heart. You chose to continue to be yourself. You chose to continue to show up in whatever way that made you comfortable. It was like what you see, what you get kind of energy. Very brave. You were the enigma of the group, of the family. The black sheep. Very different, but you loved being different. I'm picking up on someone. Maybe you took joy. You took pleasure in being different. You took pleasure in being unique. You're someone who sees beyond the illusions, very spiritually tapped in. You see beyond what's the two eyes presents to us on a daily. And so you're someone who's tapped into their gifts, to their innate abilities as well. There are some people who are aware of this, and some who may not be. And also there may be some people who are aware that you're very intuitive and they just don't mention it. I'm picking it up. Someone could be, that's silly. Someone could be afraid of you, collective. Someone could feel you're going to do something, ooh, kind of energy, but it's not true. I don't see you as being that kind of person. I'm not picking that kind of energy up. So there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of speculation and of people thinking about you, how they think about you, who you truly are. And you have not demonstrated that you're someone who's unkind, but it has ordinariness. Okay. So this is something that you have managed to avoid, but you have avoided this energy on purpose and intentionally. Okay. You don't want to be trendy. You don't want to duplicate or imitate anyone's life. Your goal is to be different. And you have done so your entire life. You're very proud of yourself and confident. Okay. So, even if you're someone, I always use the analogy of polka dot socks and plaid clothing, to show up with a polka dot shirt on and and a plaid hat to match. This is something that you would do intentionally. And it's not to get intentions. You just have your own style, your own way of being and existing. You like to raise the bar, but you like to set your own trends, your own idea way of being. Okay. So Spirit is saying continue to stay in that energy. Okay. You're free from feeling oppressed or suppressed. You are, a rebel. You have a lot of liberating energy within you. And this energy also, people admire you for this, even though they may not say it. Family, friends, ex-lovers, people who have dated you, people who have crossed your path, even co-workers, people you've worked with, they admire how brave you are. You're willing to stand out among the rest. Okay. So even if they haven't shared that with you, they're very proud and they wish that they had that ability. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not someone to engage in the mundane ideal and topics about life and allow these things to weigh you down. Okay. You see it happening outside of you, but you understand who you are. You know who you are and where you are, and therefore you confidently understand what's taking place inside and outside of you. And so you're very spiritually aware and grounded. And so you live life within a balance, you know. You don't allow the things outside of you that are out of your control to burden you or wear you down or stress you. Doesn't mean that you're oblivious, but you're not allowing these things to burden you. Mhm. You have managed to harness your innocence, you know, with this idea of maintaining your balance throughout your life and not allowing these things to affect you. Topics such as politics, inflation, you know, different ideas of programmed behavior I'm picking up. Mm-hmm. 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 You're very giving as well with sharing, but you're not someone to cast your pearls among swine. You know better than to overindulge or present too much around the wrong people. You have an understanding that everyone is not for you, but those who arrive who are on your frequency and vibration, you're likely to expand on your knowledge or your abilities. Okay. You're not someone, what I'm saying, collective, is you're not someone who's likely to give someone the blueprint you know, to your life. You're not a chatty patty when it comes to your personal business. You don't mind, you know, having a conversation, but you're not going to give anyone full total access and the blueprint to your next move. And, you know, you believe in keeping some things, majority things, confidential, especially things that are precious and very important to you. And this way of being and existing has allowed you and afforded you a life of abundance. And people have watched you acquire and experience this abundance and prosperity. So much so, even if you're from an upbringing where maybe things weren't as prosperous, I'll say. You could have family members or siblings or relatives or just people who know you. They're looking at you now and they're very shocked at what they see. They never thought that you would be the one, you know. You're the one who was teased, made fun of, mocked, talked about, slandered. You were the one who was not supported. You could have been considered to be introverted in your life, you know, someone who likes to stay to themselves. You could also be someone who finds the quality of being introverted, which is a fine time to spiritually connect and fine tune your connection to source. hmm hmm You know how to find the light in dark situations or in situations that other people deem to be a negative. You know how to find the positive. And so now the feeling or the sensation that people may have projected onto you to make you feel that you were weird, you were difficult to be around or tolerate, you weren't good enough, you didn't fit in, that energy of making you feel like an outsider is now the reciprocal. Those who projected that energy onto you, they now feel like an outsider in your world collective. They are outside of the gate trying to get in. You know, you can't hate from outside of the gate. You can't even get in. You know, those same people, you know, who made you feel some type of way. There has been a massive shift, spiritually speaking, and on this timeline, you're not the one outside the gate. They are. Many are shocked. You are the topic of discussions. There are a lot of conversations, heated conversations, and passionate conversations about the collective. And the reason these conversations are heated and passionate is because there are many people, sad to say but true, had an expectation of you not succeeding, had an expectation of you no longer being here. Not to be cruel, but that is the message, okay? But God. But God. The Most High said he's not done yet. Okay. So you have a lot of people boggle mind, you know, they're mentally disheveled, you know, they're in stern confusion, you know. And people understand there are people who are also learning the lesson that just because you hope, wish, and plan for a person's downfall doesn't mean that they're going to fall. It can actually increase their favor, their blessings, their opportunity to rise. and be reborn again and have a breakthrough and have favor and opportunity placed in their path. Especially when you are sending this energy to someone who isn't deserving. It's unwarranted energy. Okay? I'm picking up on someone who's been under attack for a long time, possibly your entire life, but you've managed, you have, Spirit is saying you have managed this so well, collective. It's like the magician energy. I wouldn't be shocked if it come out. It's like a magician, you're like a master, very well, you're very sure of who you are, and there is no comparison. You are unique. You are a rare kind, a rare breed. And those who cross your presence and experience you, no matter what the last words were, this could be even an ex lover, this could be someone you dated, this could be a family member, a friend. You're unforgettable. You're unforgettable. There's no one like you. You can't compare where you can't compete. We all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. And there's no one like you. You're very unforgettable. So you're on the hearts and minds of many people. And I'm talking about people you haven't spoke to or talked to in over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. There's a lot of people trying to either manifest you or cross the gate. They don't want to look outside this gate. So they're on their tippy toes trying to see. Like, I want to know what the collective is doing. I know I said they weren't shit, but now I want to see what they're doing. Kind of energy, the same person that slandered you, is ready to try to sit next to you for some reason. Maybe they're bored in their own life. And some people just nosy, collective. Sometimes it's not that deep. Some people just need something to do, and some people are just nosy and can't help themselves. Okay? And also, there's a portion of people that has a stream of guilt that is resonating and saturating in their mind and their mental faculties, and also in their hearts. They know they have crossed you, wronged you, or treated you in some kind of way. And part of their karma is to live with the endurance of the same projection and energy that they forced or projected onto you. They have to live with the impact, the same feeling that you have. Okay? This person could have, or these people could have some kind of energy attachments. They could be having nightmares. They could be hearing voices. Things could be dismantling in their life, and they're wondering, and it's nothing that you're doing. People have this common thing talking about rituals and somebody manipulating magic, but often you need to know that the time and era that we are in, no one really needs to do a ritual. No one is standing over a conjuring. You can just, thoughts become things. You have to be mindful of your thoughts and your actions. We all do, because thoughts become things, and it's easy to manifest. This person could be manifesting this energy of darkness, this energy of anxiety onto themselves. No one is doing anything to them. As they continue to think or speak negatively regarding the collective, this will expand and enhance. And it's nothing that you are doing. They are creating it on their own. When someone denies you access to their life, it's because they choose to no longer deal with you. And we all have free will. So if you choose to retaliate, that energy will come back to you. Like I said, especially if it's unwarranted. And as I mentioned earlier, that you've gone through a massive shift, a rebirth, and here it is. Okay. And so it's very shocking. So the tables have turned. Those who were the tail are now the head, and those who were once the head is now the tail. And so, things are shifting. People are living the reciprocal of what they once knew, especially those who have spent their life running amok and, stepping on people to climb to the top, and, just betraying people and stealing from people, and all kinds of corruption that has been taking place. There's an energy of that being ceased and hindered, and the energy being shifted into a new direction. Right now, Mother Earth is in the energy of restoring and recalibrating its energy. Okay, the resonance is in needing of restoration. So certain things are occurring. Okay, so you're hearing about large numbers of people transitioning. If you've lost someone, condolences. Okay. But there's a lot going on that requires balance being restored. Everything has to be done within a balance. And when you find yourself doing anything excessively, that's when you run into friction and you're less likely to land on your feet. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, so yeah, participation, those who chose to participate in certain deeds and they never turned to the left or the right to try to restore, create some kind of balance. The whole world is witnessing a whole lot of repercussions and results. We don't even have to say karma anymore. Repercussions and results. Every action has a reaction. And so you cannot expect for the pendulum to never swing back. It's like trying to box with the divine. It's like trying to box with nature. And I don't believe that mankind holds that kind of power. So when you're haughty and arrogant and you want to, be in resistance with a higher power, it's law that the pendulum is not going to stay in one direction. It's law, spiritual law, and it's also one of the laws of physics, I believe. Okay. So, Spirit is saying continue to be patient with yourself, continue building, knowing, sowing your prosperous seeds, and growing collective. Keep moving forward. And those you have chosen to move on from, it's okay to continue to do so. You're moving forward, you're closing out karmic cycles. And everyone is not going to be able to go along with you to have these experiences. And Spirit is saying everyone is not even entitled to have these experiences. And just like I always say, everyone is uniquely, individually, divinely created. People have their own path and journey to tend to. They have their own missions and deeds to fulfill. So they have their own pot of gumbo, while you're over here with yours. So respectfully, so you can't take everyone with you and everyone is not entitled as well. And when you try to force and take people with you who don't belong with you on this particular timeline because their time has expired with you, you will receive the repercussion. Things will start to dismantle when you know that a person's time has expired, but you're overextending yourself. You're forcing yourself to be in the presence of someone who you should have been done with, kind of energy. I'll say it like that. I hope you caught that like a glove. It's like forcing yourself, knowing the expired date is marked on the product and you're trying to consume something that is spoiled. And if it's spoiled and you consume it, it's going to make you what? Sick. It's going to make your stomach hurt. It's going to make you not feel so well. So things could possibly not go so well in life collective when we force people to stay who should have been gone a long time ago. Then again, let me correct it. When we force ourselves to stay in connections and relationships, whether they're family, friends, whomever, and we know we should have been gone a long time ago. That's a hard pill to swallow, but just get you an extra gulp of water. And even if you're married, it's the same thing. Now, due to the programming of the Saturn connection of marriage, there are people who have the idea in theory that one will stay the same, do everything the same forever, 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 and nobody's desires will ever change. That is very unrealistic. Moving on. The dream. Hold on to your dreams. Hold on to your dreams no matter what it looks like. And make sure that you are continuing to allow yourself, collective, allow yourself to give yourself the best life while you're here on planet Earth. Who wants to perish on planet Earth with the shoulda, woulda, coulda theory? Those things, those ideas, those hobbies that you have been having in the back of your mind. Some of you fantasize about them, but then you let the ego step in and tell you, oh no, it ain't time to do that yet. Oh, wait till we save that money or wait till we buy that laptop. Use what you have around you. And life is for the living, Don't allow the projections around you to distort your image of who you are and especially your innate abilities and keep you, away from your divine purpose. Don't allow the ego to step in and give you those small seeds of doubt. telling you it's not the time right now, or you're going to look crazy, or they're all going to laugh at you. Let them laugh. Let them laugh while you're building, creating, living your life. Look at that. You're having courage. And that's a whole lot of faith. Look how he's hanging on that cliff. This is a whole lot of faith. This is a whole lot of bravery. Okay. I love the Fool card. Nothing but courage. Okay. And truly trust in the process. Come on now. Brother Man is trusting. He's on his tippy toe, if you can see that, collective. On his tippy toe, trusting the process. Like, it's all good. It's all good here. Oh. The whole goal is for you to learn to master thyself. You learn to master thyself, then that is the sauce, boss, not allowing superficial ideas, thoughts, or things to rule and make judgment for you in your life, not telling yourself that you are addicted to something that you're not. Those are false beliefs. Or you can't do something because that is a false belief. You're not good enough. That is a false belief. Basically, Spirit is saying be mindful of postponing, displaying and presenting the best you. Be mindful of postponing this energy here. Putting it off, like I was just saying, oh, I'm gonna wait till I save this money. I'm gonna wait till I buy this computer. I'm gonna wait till I lose this weight. I'm gonna wait, all these reasons and excuses that the ego will give you. You got to do this or they're going to laugh at you. You got to, no, 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 no. Those are seeds of doubt. That is not the true you. That is another part of you, the shadow side, that needs to be tapped into and mastered, so you'll know what energy is yours and what energy is not yours, collective. Yeah. Time to allow the healing to occur. Allow the healing to occur in your life in whatever way healing looks like for you. Okay. Healing for some people may require maybe talking to a doctor, maybe talking to a psychiatrist. Healing for some may be to go on a spiritual journey, maybe a fast, maybe meditation. It could be prayer. Find what works for you and allow the process of healing to occur. Okay. There's nothing but something greater waiting on the other side. If you are in fear, that's just encouragement. There's nothing but something greater on the other side. Okay? We are the world. We are all connected in one way or another. Everything around us is alive. Everything harnesses an essence of the Most High, of the Christ within thee. We are all connected, spiritually speaking. Okay? And those who you find who don't resonate with you, they're either reflecting something to you that needs to be learned, or you're reflecting something back to them, vice versa. We are all connected, whether we know each other or not, spiritually speaking. Thoughts become things. Everything around you is a manifestation, and you need to keep this in mind. Be mindful of your words and your thoughts as you move forward. And be mindful of staying in sorrow, having a pity party. It is okay to grieve. It is okay to cry. It is okay to have a day and say, hey, I'm just not feeling it today and I really don't give a but don't stay there too long. Don't vacation there. Don't take your favorite pillow there. Make sure that you don't stay resting there too long. Okay? Very beautiful. So it's all about taking one day at a time. Spirit is saying moment to moment, okay? One thing at a time, one day at a time. There is no rush, there is no race, okay? Everyone will not arrive, on this timeline. Some will get it next lifetime, and that's okay. There's no reason to compare, to compete, okay, at all for anything. And this is not a race, okay? Yeah. So the whole goal is for you to maintain a balance, do things within a balance. Make sure you're not allowing things in your life that are excessive, that could create some form of potential stress. Make sure you're not allowing those people, places, or things, anything that you feel could be overwhelming. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about standing in your truth. And when you recognize, that means you're able to identify, then you can handle the situation. Then you can remove yourself or remove it, okay, from your environment. And so, once again, we had the Fool card. And look, this is confirmation, courage, because the Fool card represents courage. So no matter how hard of a background or upbringing you may come from, doesn't matter what you have experienced or you feel you've had some things impact you in a negative way, you can still rise, you can still blossom. There is still growth available for you. The sun can still and will shine on you, but you have to allow it. Change your mind and you could change your life, collective. Okay? Yeah. There are so many possibilities. Do you believe in yourself? There are endless possibilities. How much do you believe in yourself? How much do you believe in the divine? You know, spirit is always available for you to connect. You do not need a third party in order to connect to source. You can go into consult with your spirit team or with source whenever you desire. Okay? So someone needs to know that. And this concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. I appreciate you all. Later.